Hi Instagram. I am here, day 2. I actually decided to do another live today, and I am coming to you from my car, just to give you a little bit of a rundown for what I've been doing today. I am actually at Starbucks, and I've been working all kind of like afternoonish, morning to afternoon. And then I decided to take a break and come live. And I was sitting in my car and I was like thinking about like what I could share and like getting all nervous. And like, I'm just like, if I don't do this, it's not gonna happen. So here I am. And I'm just deciding like what to share. And so here goes. I thought that I would share something that has been on my mind, or more like something recent that has really shifted for me. So I titled this live, Whether You Think You Can't or Can, You're Right. And I think Henry Ford quoted this, probably said the quote wrong, but you know what I'm saying. Like, whether you think you can do something or can't, you're right, because you're that powerful. So I'm going to give you a little story of an example from my life. And so I am in my car, and hopefully it's not too loud. I'm going to actually I have my video like propped on my my phone propped on my wheel, so hopefully it does not fall off. Just opened the windows a little bit so it does not get too hot in here. Whew, I need to take a breather because for some reason I'm like really nervous. Yes, I am nervous. Okay, so going into my story. Okay, I want to talk about, some of you know, I am currently living with my boyfriend's parents. We're both living with them, and there's 6 of us in the house. So, and we've been living with them for coming on to 3 years, okay? And I've only really started thinking about launching my coaching program this year, 2023. So I started doing my human design business this year as well, or more actually like December of 2022. And so I've been doing human design, but coaching is more of a new avenue for me, life coaching, transformation coaching. And so I wanted to bring that up because for a long time I was telling myself, I'm living with his parents, I don't have my own space, I don't control like the noise level or like when I can film things, space is limited, right? I was coming up with all these limiting situations, limiting beliefs, limiting things that are just not helpful for me, but I held on to so tightly to, I guess in a way, what is that word? Words. To make me validate the experience that I was going through. Kind of like I was fighting for my limitations. And so because of that, I even tell my boyfriend, I told him and myself that like, my business is gonna grow slower because I can't film whenever I want to. I don't have the space for it. I just have such a small room, and like if I'm filming, I've got to make sure that everyone's like not making a lot of noise, right? Like as you can see, I was coming up with all these excuses or these reasons that are very valid, but I chose to use them as something that was going to prevent me from building my business and really allowing it to thrive. Because my mindset was, because I'm living with his parents, I can't grow my business as fast, and therefore my business won't be as successful as it can be. And that was the belief that I held on to for, I feel like, the whole year. And it wasn't until a few months ago that I realized that was what was going on, that I was telling myself that story and I was making it true. I do believe that subconsciously, when you tell yourself these stories, these things, the universe will co-create with you because you are emitting a certain energetic frequency to attract things into your life that matches your reality, matches your mindset. So because I was saying like, oh, I'm gonna grow slower, I'm not gonna be able to reach as many people, like because I was giving off that kind of vibe, my reality, my reality proved that to me. I experienced that. It validated my reality, basically. It validated my beliefs. And so when I realized that, I was like, wait, I can shift that. I can actually communicate and tell the universe that, hey, I can make a lot of money while living with his parents. I can create a thriving business while I'm living with them. I can make easeful money while I'm living with them, and be in that energy and be in that frequency of receiving instead of blocking myself with my own thoughts, my own stories that like, this is not possible. Because if you think about it, we all have rules that are unwritten, but we follow, right? We create these rules of like, I can't do this until I reach this point. I can't do this until I'm like this, or that. I can't be successful until I have A, B, and C, right? We all have these rules that are subconsciously unwritten, and we follow them. And until we put those rules, or like realize that they're there and pull them to the surface, that we can look at them and really change them and put in new ones and take out the old ones. So with that being said, I realized that, and I decided to change my story. I decided to shift and say that I can be successful. I can build my business. I can reach a lot of people. I can connect with an audience and build my community and build a thriving business the way I want to, and still receive money and ease and flow in my business while I'm living there. So when I shifted into that mindset, I felt better. I felt differently, and from that different way of feeling, right? Like I now physiologically feel different, and I feel more motivated to do things, to find different ways to show up online, to show up live, to do things, to write, like going to like what I'm doing now, going to cafes, to be in different places, right? Like I'm more resourceful now because I shifted out of that mindset that nothing's gonna work, right? So I want to share that with you, because sometimes we do this so subconsciously, and if we don't have someone there, someone outside of us to really point that out to us, we can live in this paradigm, in this reality, this limited reality that we have created for ourselves. And it's not your fault. We only know what we know. We don't know what we don't know. Okay? So that's why coaching and mentorship is so important, because you have someone on the outside looking in and seeing the way you're thinking and just reflecting it back to you. They don't even have to tell you that, hey, you shouldn't be living that way, right? Because that's not what coaches and mentors do. We don't tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. But having that realization pointed out to you can be very powerful, so that you can decide, hey, I want to continue having these beliefs back my actions, right? Like I can't speak. Have these beliefs be at the back end of my actions, or I can choose to shift that and believe in something else. Okay, so I wanted to share this live with you because it's so powerful. We are so powerful, and I think as an immigrant, as child of an immigrant, of immigrant parents, I am an immigrant as well. I was not born here. I was born in Thailand. Being Asian and being a female, I feel like there's a lot through conditioning and through the way we were raised and societal expectations, that we don't feel powerful. We don't feel like we have the authority, the power to advocate for ourselves, to make reality different than what it is. I have grown up in a generations of women who just did what they were told, who didn't have power. And so for me, it was very hard for me to shift that into a place of like, no, I'm going to do this for myself. I have the power. I'm going to still respect you and say no, right? Because I was taught that, saying no is being disrespectful to your elders. But I did not choose to believe that anymore. I used to. Now I can still love people from afar and still respect what they believe in and still hold my own beliefs because I have a vision for myself. And that vision came from me expanding myself, expanding the people I'm around, expanding the support and the community that I'm around. So that is my life for you. Whether you think you can or can't, you're right. So be very careful about how you speak to yourself. Subconsciously, the things you continuously say to yourself over and over, because I'm not sure if you already know, but this stat amazed me when I found out about it, is that let's say there's so many different numbers, but I'm just going to pull this one out. The one that I remember is that we have about 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Okay? And every day, about 80 or 90% of those thoughts are recycled. So if you understand the effect of the compounding effect of that throughout not just days, weeks, and months, but years of your life, you can only imagine how solidified some of those beliefs are. So this journey of rewiring those beliefs, taking out the old beliefs that don't work anymore, and putting in and instilling new beliefs is going to take time and practice. Okay, knowledge and awareness is the first step, but really practice and embodiment is the continuation, and being around other people and having support is such a fundamental part of that journey, of your journey. So with that being said, you are powerful. Never underestimate your power. Never let anybody tell you that you can't do something, because only you, really deep down inside, only you can really make yourself do something. Just like you can't control someone else on what they can and can't do and what they should and shouldn't change, no one can do that for you. You actually allow other people to influence you. So whether it's in a good way or a bad way. So just wanted to share that with you all today, and that to remind you that you are powerful and that it's possible for you, and that it can be as simple as one shift, one realization, one awareness, and one decision. All right. Thank you for those who are watching. I currently don't have anybody on here live, but it's okay because I'm doing these very randomly. But comment down below if you're catching the replay. Share this if you think it's going to be helpful for somebody. Save this for the times where you feel like you need a little pick-me-up and really need to remember your power. All right, so until my next live, I hope you have a wonderful week. This week is Thanksgiving, so I hope you have a great time, whether you celebrate it or not, whether you have relationships with your family or not. I really hope that you spend some time with yourself, first and foremost, and thank yourself for all that you have been through and all that you have held yourself through. All right, everyone. Thank you, and I will see you in the next live. Bye. Mwah.